everyone, and welcome to the first official episode of Becoming the Product. My name is Naya, and I'll be your host. And in today's episode, I'm going to be discussing a little brief intro as to my career overview and why I decided to transition into product management. So, my first real job was in 2014. I became a graduate trainee of one of the prominent banks in Nigeria here, Lagos, Nigeria. I started out in customer service department, worked my way through the variety of departments in the bank, customer service, cash operations, and funds transfer desk, e-business desks, everything. I went through it all. And I stayed in that bank for 8 years. And on my 8th year, after going through all those departments, I was taken back to, let's say you had 4 departments to go through. I had to now go back to part 1. And at that stage in my life, I felt that I needed to move further, either move to a managerial role or move to a different department, because the circle was about to start again. I felt there was no growth. So that prompted me to apply for a marketing position when the opportunity came up. And I was hired as a client relationship manager in the same bank. But it was good for me because it was a different department entirely. It was a good learning experience. Now, not only am I looking after a customer, I'm also selling products. I'm also marketing products. And it was an easy transition for me because I already understood product knowledge. I knew all the products and services that were being offered. I knew how to handle customers. So all I needed to do was join all that together and make it sell. So while as a client relationship manager, I was also researching other options as to how I can grow in my career since I've spent so long in the banking space. That led me to fintech. And I was like, okay, this is the same banking that I've been doing. But now, because of how prominent technology was, it was going to be in a technological space. And I felt that this was the next stage in my career because I needed to move. I needed to move with the crowd. I needed to move with what was going on. And I started researching fintech companies and also jobs that I could do. And that was what led me to land my first remote job for a fintech company based in the US. I was working remotely from here in Nigeria. And that was 6 months into being a client relationship manager. So I had to resign my work and I started working for that company full time. And it was such a great experience. It opened my eyes to things that could actually be done in a variety of industries if technology is applied properly. So, for instance, health tech. Okay, you think of an health issue that you're always tired of the manual way it's being done, and you apply technology into it, health tech, and you're able to simplify and make that process easy and digitized. That is basically what applying technology in those cases mean. So I worked for that company for 10 months. And unfortunately, during the general layoffs in 2022, tech layoffs, my department was affected. But by then, I already had an overview as to what I wanted to do. Now, when you're transitioning into tech, you don't just pick a career and just start doing it because you feel that this is the one you're going to do. You need to do your research. You need to do a research of your experience, a research of your skills, a research of your goals. You need to understand, okay, what is it that I need to do to achieve those goals? And this was what brought me to product management. In the coming episodes, I'll explain to you my skills that I felt would help me and also my experience. But in today's episode, I'll be talking about why product management. Now, if you ask any product manager, when you're transitioning into product management, the first thing they tell you is that you need to define your why. You need to know exactly why you want to do this career because product management is not an easy career. If you look at the variety of videos I've watched, the classes I've attended, when you look at exactly what a PM does, it can be overwhelming at times. And if you're able to identify why you're choosing this career path, it makes it easier for you to go through certain challenging situations or overwhelming situations. So during my research, my courses and all that, I identified my why. I had to write it down. I watched a video of Diego Grandos on YouTube, and he breaks it down on how you can identify your why. And it sort of resonates with me that if anybody asks me this question, I can legit tell it to you free form and give it to you straight up, as in I've imbibed it so that it helps me during this my training period. So my why basically is because while I was working as a client relationship manager at that bank, the thing is that these products and services you're expected to sell have already been done by somebody. Even though you as a marketer, you feel that certain people don't need these products, but because they have been pushed to you that you must sell it regardless of the people you're selling it to, I felt that I could do more. Also, as a client relationship manager, basically what you're doing is you are discussing with clients, you are identifying the needs and their wants, and you are matching that to the products and services offered. Now, as a product manager, you're doing the exact same thing. But in this case, not only are you identifying those needs and wants, you're also looking at the business like, okay, how do these needs and wants help this business? How does it work with this business? Then you identify all the data and you use those data traits to make a decision. To identify, okay, this is the one problem that we need to solve, and this is the solution we need to solve it with. Then you now take that problem and you take that solution and you collaborate with a group of people to bring it to life. So this is why I chose product management. I've always had this love for customer service. I've always had the love to identify problems. Whenever I'm discussing, I'm asking, Alpha now, what's happened? Why are you angry? I'm also always trying to identify what it is exactly that you need. Then I look at, okay, this is the product we have, this is the service we have. And we try to match that. But now, not only will I won't just be selling any product I want. I will be building that product from the scratch to solve any problems I've identified while discussing with customers. So this is why I chose product management, because it is something that I already have started doing, but from the front end, if that makes sense. So now as a product manager, you're starting from the beginning, from ideation. You're coming up with the ideas yourself, or you're refining ideas that have come up already, and you're using all that to produce a product that would actually meet a need, will actually solve a problem. And that is such a good feeling. That is such a good motivation for me right now. So I hope you have enjoyed this episode. In the coming weeks, I will explain other ways or other things I am putting in place, my transferable skills that I feel will make me better at product management, the pathways I'm using to dive into product management, and my goals and all that. Thank you so much for listening. I appreciate your feedback, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.